It all started about 2 weeks before the party. My sister called on a Monday evening around 5:30 p.m. while I was making dinner. The kids were sitting at the table working on homework, and Daniel was still at the office wrapping up meetings. Before I dive into it, tell me where you're listening from. It helps to know someone out there gets it. So, Ella's turning 8 next month, Caroline said, sounding cheerful. We're having a big party at that new event place downtown, the fancy one with the indoor playground and catering, the one that opened near the shopping area. That sounds amazing, I told her as I stirred the pasta sauce and peeked at the timer for the garlic bread. The kids will be thrilled. They've been asking when Ella's birthday was coming. She went quiet for a moment, just long enough for me to feel something was off. Actually, she said, I wanted to talk to you about that. I turned down the stove, already uneasy. We're keeping the party really small this year, just close family and Ella's school friends. The venue only allows a certain number of people, and the catering has minimums. Okay, I said slowly. So what does that mean? It means you and Daniel are invited, of course, but we're not including all the cousins this time. Ella wants it to feel a little more mature. I tightened the grip on the wooden spoon. You're not inviting my kids to their cousin's birthday party? Don't make it sound like that, she replied quickly. It's just that Ella's at an age where she wants the party to feel cooler. Having little ones running everywhere sort of changes the vibe. My daughter is 6. My son is 4. They adore Ella. They're not just little kids, they're her cousins, they're family. And you and Daniel are family too, she shot back. I'm not trying to be rude, it's just what Ella wants, and it's her day. Have you told my kids yet? Who did you say? My kids, Caroline. Have you told them they're not invited? I figured you'd handle that. You're their mom. I closed my eyes. I'm not doing this. If you don't want my children there, then Daniel and I won't be there either. Oh, come on, don't be dramatic. Mom and Dad are going to be upset if you skip. Then maybe you should have thought about that before leaving out 2 little kids from a family celebration. It's not a family celebration. It's Ella's birthday party. That's different. Not to a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. She sighed, the sigh that always meant I was being unreasonable. Fine, do whatever you want, but don't blame me when Mom asks why you're being difficult. Then she hung up. That night, after the kids were asleep, I told Daniel everything. He listened quietly, his jaw tightening with each detail. So we're not going, he said when I finished. No, we're not. Good. 2 days later, my mother called. Caroline told me you're not coming to Ella's party. What on earth is going on? I explained. She made the usual sympathetic noises, but ultimately took my sister's side. It's Caroline's decision. You can't force her to invite everyone. I'm not forcing anything. I'm choosing not to attend something where my kids are purposely left out. You're being dramatic, she said. You're making this bigger than it needs to be. Just go. The kids won't even notice. They will definitely notice when every other grandchild is there except them. You're being stubborn. I'm being a parent. The next 3 weeks were tense. Caroline sent a group message with party details. I didn't reply. Ryan asked what happened. I gave him a short version. He said he understood, but he wasn't about to skip the party. He didn't want drama. The party day came. It was a sunny Saturday afternoon, perfect weather for anything outdoors. Instead of going to the party, Daniel and I took the kids to the aquarium, then out to lunch at their favorite restaurant. We didn't mention the party happening across town. Why hurt them? But someone mentioned it anyway. We were standing in front of the glowing jellyfish tank when my daughter tugged my sleeve. Mommy, is Ella's birthday party today? My stomach dropped. I felt Daniel stiffen beside me. How did you know about that, sweetheart? She asked me yesterday. She wanted to know what I was wearing to the party. Of course she did. My mother probably assumed everything had blown over. Yes, honey, it's today. Are we going after the aquarium? I knelt down. No, baby, we're not going. Why not? How do you explain rejection to a 6-year-old? I said quietly, sometimes parties are only for certain people. This one is for Ella's school friends. But I'm her cousin, she whispered. We're family. I know, sweetheart. Her eyes filled with tears. Does Aunt Caroline not like us? My son, hearing her cry, started crying too. Daniel lifted him up, anger written all over his face. Let's go home, he said. The ride back was silent, except for small sniffles from the back seat. At home, I put on a movie and gave them their favorite snacks. Daniel went straight into his office. An hour later, both our phones started buzzing. Calls, texts, more calls. I walked to his office. Daniel was staring at his phone with the same expression he wears when someone massively underestimates him in business. What's happening? I asked. He held up his phone. 15 missed calls. Some from your sister, some from your mom, some from your brother. What did you do? I made a call, he calmly said. What kind of call? The kind that clears up certain professional relationships. I sat down slowly. Daniel, what did you do? He turned his laptop toward me. I recognized the email header. Morrison Property Development, my brother-in-law Michael's company. Your sister's husband has been trying to land a deal with Centennial Group for 6 months, Daniel said. A major commercial development. It would secure their company for the next 5 years. I knew this. Caroline had gone on and on about how life-changing that contract would be. So that has nothing to do with us? I asked. Daniel looked at me. I'm the majority shareholder of Centennial Group. Have been for 3 years? My jaw dropped. What? It's structured through a separate company. Most people don't connect Daniel Chen with the Centennial portfolio. I prefer it that way. You never told me. You never asked about my investments, he replied, and it's boring. But the point is, Michael has been negotiating with my acquisitions team for months. The final contract was supposed to land on my desk next week. So what did you do? I told the team to cancel the deal. I just stared at him. You canceled a multi-million-dollar contract because Caroline didn't invite our kids to a birthday party? No, he said. I canceled it because our children were treated like they didn't matter. That's not someone I want to partner with. My phone buzzed. A text from Caroline. Why is Daniel destroying Michael's deal? What is going on? Then from my mom, your husband is ruining your sister's life over a party. Call me now. Then my brother, this is insane. Tell him to stop. Their calls kept coming. Daniel ignored all of them. They don't know it's you, I whispered. They do now, he said. I instructed the team to inform Michael's company exactly why the partnership was being declined, that the chairman doesn't work with people who show poor values when it comes to family. Daniel. He looked at me, calm but unshakable. They hurt our kids, and there are consequences. The phone rang again. Caroline. I answered. What is your husband doing? She yelled. Michael just got a call saying the deal is dead because of family values. Do you know what this means for us? I know exactly what it means. This is insane. Over a birthday party? Because Ella didn't want toddlers around? They're not toddlers, I said. They're 6 and 4, and they cried today because they thought you didn't like them. This is not proportional. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm talking about 2 little kids who were intentionally excluded. You're being petty, she accused. No, Daniel made a business decision. He doesn't work with people who mistreat children. You planned this, she accused. You used his position as leverage. I didn't even know he controlled Centennial until an hour ago. But yes, he did this deliberately. And honestly, I'm not sorry. Mom is furious. Dad is furious. Everyone thinks you've lost your mind. Well, everyone seemed perfectly fine when you decided my kids weren't important enough to invite, so forgive me if I don't care. You'll regret this. The only thing I regret is not protecting my kids sooner." She hung up. For the next 2 days, the family group chat erupted. My parents insisted we fix it. Ryan tried to talk sense into everyone. Relatives chimed in with opinions about proportional responses and family unity. Daniel ignored all of it. He spent his days in meetings and his evenings playing with the kids like nothing happened. On Monday night, Caroline showed up at our door. No Michael, no Ella. Just her. "Can we talk?" she asked. We sat in the living room. She looked at the family photos, the kids' drawings, the toys in the corner. Finally, she said, "I had no idea Daniel was that successful." "Does it matter?" I asked. "It matters because I didn't think there'd be real consequences." "That's still not an apology." She took a breath. "I was wrong. Not because of the money. I was wrong before that." Her eyes were red. "I told Michael that Ella didn't want younger kids at her party, but that wasn't true. Ella never said that. I said it." "Why?" "Because I was jealous." Her voice cracked. "Your kids are sweet. Everyone always compliments them. Meanwhile, Ella's been going through a rough phase. Tantrums, attitude, all that. I felt like people compared them, and my child was always the one coming up short. So I thought one event without the comparison would help. I didn't think about how much it would hurt your kids." She wiped her eyes. "I'm sorry, truly sorry. Not because of the deal, because I hurt them." I let her words sit for a moment. "You need to apologize to them, not just to me." "I know," she said. "I will, if you'll let me." "That's up to them." She nodded. "And the business deal?" "That's up to Daniel," I said. "But he doesn't forgive easily when it comes to our family." She left quietly. Daniel never reinstated the deal. He told me later it wasn't revenge, it was principle. He didn't want long-term partnerships with people who made choices like that. Eventually, Caroline and Ella came over and apologized to the kids. Ella even made handmade cards inviting them to a special do-over cousin party. The kids forgave her immediately, the way children do. Things between Caroline and me are better, but not the same. It's been 4 months and we're polite, even friendly at gatherings, but there's a distance now. Michael's company survived. They found other projects, not huge ones, but enough to stay afloat. My parents calmed down. Dad eventually admitted he understood Daniel's point, even if he wished it hadn't escalated. Mom stopped bringing it up at dinner. The kids barely remember any of it. They had their cousin celebration, they got cake, they played, they moved on. But I remember. I remember their confused, hurt faces in the car, and I'm grateful every day that I married someone who, when it came down to it, chose our children's dignity over money or business connections. Some people still say Daniel went too far, that canceling a massive deal over a birthday party was extreme. But those people didn't see our daughter ask if her aunt didn't like her anymore. They didn't hear our son crying. And they don't understand this one simple truth. Sometimes the most important lesson you can teach your kids is that they matter, that their feelings count, and that when someone treats them like they're less important, there are real consequences. Daniel showed them that. And honestly, it's one of the most valuable things he's ever done.